I'm going to leave the sticky in the hoop, and I'm going to prepare to embroider my elongated octagon shapes. First, I'm going to run my basting stitch. I've drawn a couple of lines bordering the thread path that was my basting stitch. The line on the inside indicates where I'm going to cut both the sticky and the paper backing for it, then create my window in the interior of my stitch line. On the exterior, this is approximately where I'm going to score my paper to rip and expose the sticky part of it to hold my project in place as I embroider it. So I cut away the inside to allow embroidery area, and I pulled the sticky paper away from the basting stitch, and then I repositioned the basting stitch so you would see where it is, but you don't have to do that. Now I have to bring my embroidery all the way back to the first stitch to get the 0 position. So that's the very first stitch. Then I position my quilt back under the needle and make sure that the crosshairs are centered under the needle. When I think that that's good, I'll push down on the back, adhering it to the sticky paper. I think this is in good position. So the next step I'm going to do on this elongated one is install the insert. Mine's going to be plain white. Many times it's more elaborate, but I want you to see how this is going to embroider. Then I go to the first stitch, make sure to pull up my bobbin thread and sew. A lot of times if you're using an elaborate design, you can tell if these sides are even. They look a little bit off to me, so I'm going to measure them. This side is about 1/8 of an inch wider than the other side. So I'm just going to draw something to remind me of that. Now, 1/8 of an inch is here, but I should only move it half of that distance. So when I put this needle back to 0, I'm going to move it just this amount. I'm going to check the top and bottom. The top and the bottom seem fine, so I'm going to go back to my 0 position, no stitch position. I'm going to establish where my needle hits, and then I'm going to just move the center. I'm going to move the position where I'll start by just a 1/16 of an inch. So I'm going to do that, and then I probably will restitch my basting. Okay. So you can see that this new stitching fell a little closer to this line, so I'm going to think that that's good enough and start embroidering. Okay, when we flip it, you can see the back.